Hello, this is FG back with you for Ambinar. Today we are playing as Eltikan, which is one of the Eltkandi nations, and the only one which is not actually Keonii. So right now we are going to, first of all, we need to get 2 cavalry, and then get a little bit of infantry, turn the speed up. And we want to find someone who does not hate us. Devout King's Revelations. That's good. The last true king guides our steps. Alright, that's not gonna work. For now. Visions of the army. Powerful King's strength. That's good. We're not going to take this mission quite yet. The Visage. Ask how they conquered kingdoms. Alright. Alliance. The end. Okay. So, you do have a bit of a problem, which is that we are Tech 1 on absolutely everything. Let's go study evocation, spellbook, enchantment. I do not have right type of advisor. Is there any way I can go to the nobility? I do not want a skill 2 advisor, I want a skill 1 advisor. Alright. So. There can go. Let me reroll. And here, enchanting envoy. Alright. So we want to come here and go with advancement effort. And while we're here, go ahead and plow a few points into development. So the spread happens a little bit faster. Alright, so it'll be there in 5 years. Ornam's not willing to be our ally, that's fine. We can go ahead and buy a stability, and now we want to do clerical advisory council, democratic counselors, commercial advisory board, courtier of adventurers, and then we want to come here, and we want to spy on our provider, because that is what the council wanted. And we will do trade efficiency and morale of armies. Where is our gold province? Okay. Ornam. Alright, it's good. Is there anyone else we can ally with? Dagakion? Potentially. That's the merchant. Of course, we definitely want the money. Is there any extra development that needs to happen in the capital? Shockingly, we don't need to develop these provinces any. Yeah, fire the theologian for a mage advisor. Magical practice. Yeah, go ahead and use the mana. Alright. No special favors. Alright, so how much would that be to embrace? Okay, we can go to our merchants. Take out a loan. Let's go ahead and focus on military now that we're a little bit more caught up. Yeah, martial society, we need manpower for days. As many men as we can get in the field. Alright. Long have we, Fasiri, stayed to the west of Eltikan, naturally protected from the death winds by the highlands, to the north, and the Rigodi. To the east, the haughty Keonii rule from their great wind-warded cities, disunited like we once were. They view us as mere simple barbarians, but they have witnessed our newfound unity. As they have witnessed our newfound unity, they begin to mobilize at our borders in preparation to subjugate us. We must rally the tribes and fly the banners of the boar as we march east to show them we will not back down from ruling our own sovereign state. With all Fasiri people united under the banner of the boar, our leader, Al-Siki, calls to war against the Keonii who threaten our realm to the east. With our fearsome boar riders, we will dethrone the people who call us Eltikan, seeing us as mere barbarians who they can crush with no effort whatsoever. Our people have not suffered through the great clan war to be subjugated by foreign forces who have no interest in our prosperity. Today we ride for freedom. Our banners will fly high on every stronghold, for we are the true rulers of Eltikan. We can do the Mighty King Siege. How many favors do we have? Alright, so we do have claims on every bit of Eltikan. Okay, ARPA Fighter. We can still do this. Okay. This is gonna be painful. Wait, did I... Yeah, I declared that better. Let's go with the defensive edict. And then, do they have a fort on their capital? They do not. Alright, and I'm gonna take a save. I really need a general with siege. They do not have to be good. They just need to be able to siege. Alright. Reroll again. Ooh, this general might even be a little bit better for fighting. We're gonna need those extra soldiers. I'm actually gonna take the 5 shock general. Let's see if we can win this. We cannot. Okay. So we're gonna have to go back and make sure we break their forces up then. And then just need to leave a few soldiers there to actually just one to prevent them from building anything. Alright, and then we're gonna come over here. Projection, the wards. Let's go with more evocation. do that one. .603, not a good heir. Bullshit siege ticks. Of course, they went on 28. Why wouldn't they? Alright, and then we go this way, here. That war exhaustion. How bad is it looking? Really bad. That's the answer. Hey, Lokemion. Thank God. And now I can use that to pay off those, take out 2 of those loans, and then I can go back to the Merchant's Guild, take those loans. Alright, I'm back in a decent position. And we're gonna have to go move over to ARPA Fighter. Alright, next is gonna be them. The spy network. We need to build more cavalry, because we're a pretty cav nation. How long do we have that buff for? Alright. Okay. Not great. Not a great air. We're gonna have to live with it. Keone left behind. Sure. Do we want to develop this any? Church development. I need to develop that a little bit. Alright, let's make everyone happy again. Manpower reserves is not gonna happen. Ravages of War might, though. We should be able to beat them just via the fact that we have cavalry. Alright, do that. Get 1 more infantry. Let me do an summon familiars. Kirka Amion, I don't think is gonna bother coming over here. Well, that's probably a terrible assumption to be making. Get a few extra, what's it called? The extra mana points by doing that. Land maintenance. Actually gonna want that. I declare for Anseer. We probably need to redo that because I wasn't paying attention to what province I was declaring for. Alright. Let's do a pilgrimage. To ruin as militant. Raise the fields. The visages. Ask of how they conquered kingdoms. Alright, didn't get as much as I would have liked. Oh, goodness. The white boar. Fight the boar head on. Good thing they didn't group up, or else they might have actually won the fight. And take that off. Okay, that is a city province. We took more casualties because they're I don't know why we took more casualties. I don't want to be that guy, but Ornam, please peace out. What if I recruit the generals? This one's the best. Get rid of that one, get rid of that one, and slacken recruitment for a little bit. How they conquered kingdoms. Alright, and I'm going to Get rid of that one. We gotta slacken recruitment for at least a little bit so we can get manpower. Okay, so our force shock. Oh yes, conjure, not conjure, evocation, shock and awe. Alright, that's much better. Hey, Kerka. Alright, so what I want from them... Honestly, I'd like that. We can covert, build spy network. If, like, just that would... They could, like, de-siege that. That would fix so many of my problems. Yeah, I'd actually rather have that money. Kerka, give me all of your money, your war reps, a humiliate, and... that. Alright, so we have all of their Eltikan holdings sieged, which is good. Alright. And let me pay off at least a few of the loans. Alright, they're Tech 5, I'm Tech 5. I have my four shock general. Painful. Okay, what if I don't do all of that and something more along those lines? I don't take those, I instead come that way. Oh, sorry. Okay, that didn't work. I need to take provinces off of them. Okay, so that needs to go. Not nearly as much as I would have liked, but... Only so much they can do if they're allied with the military superpower in the early games that is Amion. Alright, Merchant's Guild. We need to do... something... No, let's go back further. Alright, so that... It's gonna have uglier borders, but... yeah. Alright. Alright, yeah, that does kind of need to be developed. We also really need Miltech 6, which we're not going to take until later, because we're not going to be fighting a war immediately. That would be a harder war. This would be a not too bad war, which we could quickly get done with. No, we're just gonna do increased enlistment, because, sweet mother of God, we need manpower. Alright, we are renowned. Advancement, study magic, evocation, excellent. Let's do that. That. Alright. Fire a natural scientist, sure. As long as you give me a mage in return. I can do that. Alright. Go ahead and take the cavalry off. They can run that way. It's gonna be a while before they... realize that's a terrible idea to keep fighting. Are we done with... yeah, we lost our conquest of Eltikan. How long till this truce is up? 79. Okay, we can start building a spy network in preparation for the Second War. Here we can do docile populace. This unrest is going to be a bit of a problem. Alright, that's done. Tech-wise, we are still behind everyone. But gap is looking less bad these days. Alright. I'd say we basically brought ourselves up to about even with everyone. User death comes. Let's actually not take a river crossing penalty. Alright. A new subject. Duty. Yeah, proclaim them our vassal. Let's get 2 more infantry. We're gonna keep drilling. And then here we want to spy on them. There's our trader. Crew relations, morale of armies. Do need to build forts eventually. Probably should have taken one off, but... Alright, 1079. Time to go storming over the border. Alright. Send the soldiers out to go siege everything they can. Additionally, we are going to build as many galleys as we can. We don't really do boats, so where'd they move their capital to? so what we want is all of their Eltikan holdings. Hopefully we can do that instead. What else can I do? Let's do, yeah, that. Let's do an advancement effort. And then advancement effort there. We are not hurting quite so badly on manpower, so I can take those off. Alright, if we took out a loan, I do believe we'd be able to get it. Like that. We do now have unbalanced research, which sucks a lot. Not too much we can do about it. You know what? Get rid of them. And then we'll build a single carrack. What do they have? Shitloads of galleys. That off, take that off. Be willing to take less. Seafaring souls, no. Shield of the people. Yeah, that's us. Warcry of the Steppes. Let's go with admin, sure. Alright, so that's 14 galleys. Right, we're not looking too bad navally. extra cannons. Finally control the seas. Hurrah! Actually, I probably should do military ideas. Alright. Alright, no concentrating development, that's fine. Can do that. Also declare war on Logemion. Kaios. Alright, how many independent nations is there? Amion. They don't actually have enough. They don't have enough. They don't have enough. Amion is the only one who is a valuable rival. The mages want spy on Amion? Sure. Really like their resting to be a little bit higher. The northern cities of the Kionia have recently fought a great war, resulting in the annexation of Kimanis by both its neighbors. Their petty wars led to thousands of deaths for mere expansion of influence on Eltikan, with no regard for the well-being of their people. It is clear they know nothing of real unity, as they dare to bring our own under their fold. Their lands will be seized, and their rulers deposed, for it is the Pharisee that will bring true rule to all of Eltikan. Alright, so I'll build that in the capital, because that's a lot of manpower. I can also drop that. Do that. For a little bit extra gov capacity. I'll be honest, regiment cost feels really nice. I'm gonna get 2 more cavalry. What's combat width? 24. What's our calved infantry? 65%. Alright, that's nice. Gotta continue building stuff in the capital. cannot do that yet. Alright. Go ahead, take my god reform. See how much I care. Let's go with the Loc Emion. I'm actually gonna get a cannon. And then we can also do shock and awe. Flare war. Alright. This one can get this general, and then we can declare war for Loc Emion. Can't believe not a single damn Kaonai had the foresight to build a fort. Alright, they need the cannon. I'm nothing but a page in the bigger story. Alright. So, I'll get rid of that, and then we will begin the pilgrimage. Reject the king's representation. Prosperous kings rule the waves in peace. Shakeable kings rush. Careful kings planning. Alright, that's pretty good. Together, they can go fight whoever. Trade expansion. Okay, since they were the first city we conquered, we'll build one there, and then we will build one in... oh, the names change. That. We'll actually build... oh. Yeah. You need to build one of those. Moon hair? Ugh. Okay, how are we looking? Yeah, we need cogs. 2, 3. Good enough. No captured ones, though. Sorry, Anion. Let's send these guys right here. God, I hope I win that battle. I did! Let's go! Yeah, we're out of armies. That is everyone sieged. Is that all their provinces? It is. Alright. I'm as our vassal. Excellent. We should probably actually increase relations with them. That. So now we have 2 vassals on the mainland. Let's get 4 cannons. Level from adjacent forts. Right. Do that. And as the last act of this episode, we are going to go ahead and declare war. Take that. We'll go ahead and take those. And yep, I can do that. Alright, and we're also now going to advancement. Yep. Start working on the academy. What else can we get? Yep, good council. How bad is the inflation? Yeah. Oh no, there goes my court mage. I liked him. Alright, there we are. And then the last one we need to get is this one. I think that's all their provinces. Alright, these guys get grouped together and moved. We're gonna have to start getting inflation down, because it's quite bad. So is our heir. We have not had a single good heir. And we can go ahead and build some more forts. One right there, and then we need to put one there. Alright, so what we want is these provinces. Fortunately, our worthless subjects have not been particularly helpful. 4 score from battles. Let's go right there. Yeah, we can do improve relations with resin farms. Oh, goodness. Do not want that army to get stack wiped, so let's not do that. That one. Right. At this point, I'll take a one that kind of tip distribution. Alright, let's see if I can knock on out of the war quickly. Oh shit. Are they a tribe? No. Okay, there we are. Take the cannons, send them right there with general. These guys can head back. No, no. You've made me fight this entire war. I'm taking everything you own. Can't just make me fight this long, long war and expect nothing to happen. Alright. Some familiars. Diplomat. I'll get rid of that one and go with siege building instead. Take the fight. Painful, but we win. Thank fucking God. Alright. And with that, we are going to finish the Southern Campaign. The cities to the south maintain relatively peace and focus on their craft rather than wars of expansion, yet they still hold long-standing grudges that prevent the development of the region. Even with their prosperity, they dare to squabble with each other, rejecting progress while focusing on their endeavors across the sea. Their complacency will not be tolerated as we journey to conquer their cities, uniting them under the banner of the boar. Alright. And just like that, we have united basically all of Eltikan, minus, like, 2 provinces over there. And we're going to put these guys on to rebel smashing duty. We can put that. And fire treasurer. Protect against the ailing eye fleet. Do that. Give them that. And then we will transfer trade power. Alright. All of this money, we can start building actual buildings. Can't do that though, because we don't have the tech. We do not have a fort down there, so we'll need to do that. But with that, we will have forts on all of the city provinces, which will give them good wind warding. Alright. And we can do the Battle Mage Academy again. And You can do that a little bit. That. We want that. Oh, actually, let's go with the thematic ones. Fort down there. Upon empty lands. Alright, that's done. So we didn't unite Eltikan super rapidly, but early 1500s is an alright time. You just start off in such an awful position because of your terrible tech. Alright, and with that, I am going to end this episode. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.